I was in foster care for a number of years, so to be honest, I don't remember a lot of my childhood. My mind blanked it out, and somebody his throat, and for his what he had on him, and
So I'm here with.
Angel Hope.
Nice to meet you, Angel.
Nice to meet you as well. I'm 41.
And whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Alberta. I grew up here basically most of my life. Throughout most of Alberta. I was in foster care for a number of years, so that's where I was bouncing from home to home type of thing, and kind of ended up in Edmonton, and I kind of made this my home base. I have two beautiful children. My eldest has a son, and so that makes me a grandma. So, and Christopher and I met a couple years ago on the last train. I got off at the wrong stop, and I met him after abstaining from a relationship for 5 years.
So how was your childhood growing up in Edmonton?
Well, my childhood was quite mixed. It was quite turbulent at times. It was nice at times, but to be honest, I don't remember a lot of my childhood. My mind blanked it out, so I remember only certain moments of time, but I basically only remember from the age of like maybe 6, 7 up. So, and that was like in foster care, mountain climbing, horseback riding, making trail mix. That was by Rocky Mountain House. We were in a foster care, and that was pretty fun in that foster home. The last foster home we were in, my siblings hated it, but I loved it. I wanted to stay. So,
How many siblings do you have?
I had 7. My brother, youngest to me, passed away.
Sorry to hear.
Yeah, he passed away about 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. In April, when they had the Shaw Conference Center as a shelter. He had just gotten into the city 2 days, and he succumbed to the elements, so hypothermia. Yeah, he was a good person. He just wanted to be out there and be free. He hated, because he was institutionalized. He was in EYLC, and he was, really in prison and jail, and he hated being being in houses and stuff, and he loved being free. So,
How was high school?
high school, to be honest, I went for the, to learn, but I went there for friends. And I dropped out at the age of 9, grade 9. So after that, I went to grade 10 at Victoria Composite High, and then I stopped. So as soon as I turned 16, I basically dropped out.
So at 16, what would you do with your time?
I was taking care of my home, helping my mom out. I also had work. I was working. Kind of under the table, house cleaning and that type of thing. Trying to help my mom pay the rent. At that time, I had a boyfriend, and so by the time I was 17, I moved out of my mom's home and moved in with his mom, and got a job cleaning. So I kind of worked. Through labor ready. By the time I was 17, they kind of said I was 18, so I could work. So.
How was Edmonton then compared to how it is now?
Oh gosh, it was slowly going to this point, but I couldn't even imagine the tent city or the decline of, or even the drug problem and all that. I could see it, but I couldn't, because I steered away from it and I moved away from the areas. I grew up in this, actually, in McCauley. I first found out I was pregnant at Boyle McCauley, so that was when I was 18. So no, I was 20 something when I had my daughter, so 19, yeah. So but to move, I'm not sure, but we might think of moving. But at the same time, I would like to get settled here first and then be able to plan our move rather than just up and just moving and just going with it, because that doesn't help it's not very helpful.
Where would you move? Or like, what do you have in mind?
We have a few places, a few cities a few places we might want to go check out. Till then, we just want to get settled with ourselves, our lives, and each other. As we've had a few bumps in the road, and I've made a few wrong choices, and I would like to correct those choices with my partner in order to continue.
Have you ever been homeless?
Yes, I am currently homeless. I have been homeless for the past, say, 9 months. There was times where we didn't have a place, and we made our own type of place, and that almost burnt down. We moved, basically then we finally went to the homeless shelter. We asked everybody and they said go to the homeless shelter. So we finally went to the homeless shelter, and it helped us a lot. So.
Is it decent there?
It's not too bad. The people aren't too bad if you follow the rules, and I find the longer you stay, the ruder they are for some reason. So I'm not sure why that is. So
aside from that,
there's also food sacks.
Yeah, and when we first got there, we seen some cockroaches and stuff like that. There's people who say you get head lice. I got head lice. I had to clean that out. There's people who say you get body lice, which I'm not even sure that is, but there's body lice, head lice, and there's scabies, cockroaches. In the women's bathroom, there's only one bathroom, 2 showers, and that's just in the basement. Oh my gosh, when I went upstairs, it was horrible. I couldn't believe it. There was like mats, people sleeping on mats. I was happy just to have a mat in the warmth out of the cold, but it was horrible. It was like there was poop, pee, women's menstrual stuff places, and it was very unsanitary. So
why do you think Edmonton got so bad?
I'm not sure. That's just one spot. I think Edmonton's really revitalized itself in a lot of areas, and I'm so proud that people never gave up, right? That they really have, as a community, are still trying to come together to rebuild where we come from. So, we just got to keep staying strong and still keep thriving. Not surviving, but thriving, in order to make every day happier, beautiful, not just for ourselves, but for others, to give them hope.
And what are some of the craziest things that you've seen being homeless?
Oh gosh, there's a number of things I've seen, just recently. The horrible encounter, somebody who passed away at the Radius Clinic who did not make it and was robbed for his what he had on him, and his family has to deal with it, and somebody slashed his throat and for what he had on him, and that is horrible. I just can't believe that. That's sad. That's like, right? So that type of stuff, it's really scary. It's realizing that people will take your life for anything you have that they think is valuable.
Wow.
Yes. So that's the most horrible thing I've seen thus far. And there's other horrible things, other things that you see people do that they would never do sober. Right? So,
What do you think can be done to help the homeless community here?
I'm wondering if, I'm thinking, if you helped a person with a home, with, if you were to give them just help each day, keep them away from people that are, that would be a struggle, to keep them away from the people that are, invasive, that are wanting them to do drugs in order to keep their pocket full.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a little bit of a struggle, but I think that's a plan of action. People can have their own home, have a place that's secure, that people are aren't allowed in that building if they're, into certain type of activities, and to give a person a chance, because sometimes those communities are really isolated.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.